type. So, but now I was saying, but he's saying, well, how do I introduce this? How do I?
Sharon, good. Just before we got on, I asked Gemini to rewrite this first section here in the format of hook story pitch.
Right. Oh,
And
you already
and
did that. Good, good,
yeah,
good. First, show the
okay,
prompt. The prompt is up.
okay.
Yeah, up there. Yeah.
Rewrite, yeah, rewrite the following using the hook story pitch format, and then I just copied the entire first section, which is a few hundred words, maybe 300 words or so. This is what Gemini produced.
Gemini.
Hook, do you feel like your faith relationship is more with dry doctrines than the vibrant Jesus of the Gospels? And then story, really short. Over centuries, interpretations and doctrines have created a fuzzy image of Jesus, hiding his true message. Imagine a masterpiece obscured by varnish. The real Jesus is waiting to be rediscovered. Pitch. This site helps you strip away the layers and build a personal relationship with the real Jesus, the center of Christianity. Find the real deal on Easter and spark a vibrant new faith journey.
Now go ahead and read the original on your
Oh,
site.
on my site.
Let's read.
Yeah, so in the Christian faith, or rewrite the following using the hook story pitch format. In the Christian faith, little can be more important than believing in and following the Messiah Jesus, the greatest man who ever lived. And to do this, of course, it's essential to cultivate a personal relationship with the real Jesus. But much has happened by the way, this is aimed at evangelical Christians. That's why I'm writing this way. But much has happened in Christian history that tends to muddle that personal relationship. Over the centuries, a doctrinal orthodoxy has hardened into place and has become widely accepted, which in many ways actually impedes our relationship with the living Jesus.
I just wanted to get a little taste. Now read the answer. Just read just the hook.
Do you feel like your faith relationship is more with dry doctrines than the vibrant Jesus of the Gospels?
What's the difference between this first sentence, what you would put up there? What is a hook? What is it supposed to do? Let's analyze this. Why is this more attractive?
It was more confrontational, in your face, kind of gets right to the point.
What do you think, Tom?
I think it's more personal. It's
Right.
your own faith relationship.
The key word here is the word you or yours. So when people see you, they're attracted because now that's personal. Now this person is talking to me. So that immediately hooks them. It's a kind of a psychological thing, addressing the person's pain. So they immediately connect with that. So now you already started. Good, Bob. So keep going.
I would be tempted to ask Gemini to write a longer.
I think it does on the
Wait.
free version. You could just ask it to expand everything.
Like this short version here. I think the shorter thing will be best on the home page of my website. But,
Right, exactly.
Bob, I would suggest you email that the pitch of the hook,
Oh,
and make that your email to people to invite them to the site, because the last part is the pitch, which says check out the real deal.
yeah, I like that suggestion.
Do you have a text version of this? Google
Yeah.
Docs. They're so much easier to, or even just at least make it into a PDF. It's a lot easier than working with Microsoft Documents. Import it as PDF, and when you want to send it to me. Okay. So now I just pasted what you had on the page, right?
Okay.
So we said, okay, please format this content into the hook story pitch. Miss Grace, hook story pitch is similar to the concept of elevator speech,
Yes.
So that's what we're really doing. We're creating an elevator speech from what Tom already.
What is the advantages of the Gemini?
maybe in business stuff. One is better, the other one is better at editorial. It all depends on what you're doing. But you gotta play around with both and see which one you like. So, can professors share their values and work together to create a more peaceful campus? How do you like that as a title?
Share their values and work together to create a more peaceful campus.
If we apply what you just said, maybe we can say, can you, as a professor, share your values and work together to create?
There you go. You see, your wife is catching on.
I mean, it's good kind of stuff.
He explored the role professors can play in sharing their commitment and concerns to create a positive impact on campus, especially during these challenging times. So, how's that? Is that the story?
Right. It's a more attractive story than I had, but I would have to review it for
Okay, pitch. Now, this is what we're selling. Professors with Pre-Psychiatry International facilitates these important discussions and promotes dialogue on key issues. Inspired by Dr. Hak John Moon, PWPA's mission is to build a global community focused on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. Want to learn more about PWPA International? That's the final pitch. Make sure you're using Chrome because the
Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah, I
makes all
usually
kinds of
do.
problems
Yeah.
because they're just totally different systems. So, what do you feel like about this, Tom? About this concept of hook, story, pitch? Is that helping?
I was wondering, I read somewhere else, it says that to foster a sense of community so that the people, in this case, that's the professors, they can feel connected and motivated to be part of this community. I'm just trying to help my husband how to improve.
So,
Here,
which
he
part
did
are you reading? The
yeah,
second draft?
the pitch here.
Okay, go ahead.
We talk about is
Critical conversations.
is to build a global community
Community.
focused on the interdependence, mutual prosperity, and the universal values.
Right.
Just wondering if there's any way to make people feel more connected. They feel more motivated to be part of this community. Any words can be added to that.
Why don't we do this? Expand on the concept of global community. Always go back to the hook. Okay?
Right.
What question are we trying to answer here? Okay, see, because if you want to emphasize global community, then we need to change the hook. So we have to say,
Just a global community by sharing their values, build a more peaceful campus and a better global. Campuses are a
Yeah.
microcosm of the global community.
Yeah, yeah. And campuses generally, are hurting right now for a few issues.
I'm asking it to do is add the word global community to the hook. Pitch is an answer to the hook.
Look, yeah,
So if we just keep talking about global community when we didn't even ask that question in the first
yeah,
place
gotcha.
in the hook, so now let's see what it says. So, can professors share their values and work together to create a more peaceful global community on campus? First of all, who would ask a question like that? Who's your target audience?
Right.
That's the real question here.
So that's,
Okay,
we're
let's
working to try to figure that out.
now let's take the same content that you wrote. Let's start another chat. Now let's ask a question about the audience. What do you want to ask?
Who would be interested in this following content?
Who would be interested in the following content? Okay.
Presentation focuses on professors, students who are interested in peace building, religion, and the role of academia and social issues would also find it relevant. That's very good.
That is very good. Very good.
Well, because we know about professors, but the most successful thing going on in PWPA right now is in Los Angeles, and that's because there's high level student involvement in it.
What?
These three different categories, it's very, very good, very ideal, honestly speaking. There's got professors, they've got academic staff, you've got students, you've got university administrators. These are turned out very good.
We feel good about what Gemini is saying here.
Okay, okay. Since your focus is the students, let's change the question.
Well, let's ask which professors. I think that's first,
Yeah.
because when we,
Oh,
we can mail out to professors on campus, but we're not sure how to choose those professors.
okay.
Professors in religious studies or theology, professors in peace studies or conflict resolution programs, in higher education or higher education administration. It's really good.
The one you were based on, does that mean that more than 80-90% is accurate, is right on the target?
I wouldn't really worry about it. I think this gives you a good general idea.
Thomas, you're just landing back here in the United States after how many years?
9.
So in that nine years, you've been out of touch with the landscape of America. You've been focused on.
What actually Bruce was kind of asking, basically saying in United States, what are professors right now most concerned about?
Well, I mean, that kind of question would be interesting too.
Okay, let's ask that question. What are professors in America most concerned about?
Cost, student success.
You see that, for example, you never would have thought of
Okay,
the value of
Health and the value of higher education, student success and well-being. Yeah, that's interesting. But for PWPA,
I'm not saying nobody's interested in peace. Of course they are. But they may not call it peace building. They may give it a different terminology.
what about like Bruce was suggesting earlier? What about if we put on say on campus? What the students most concerned about on campus?
What are students on campus in America most concerned about? The economy,
Yeah.
okay? School
Economy,
safety.
food safety, gun policy.
Look at that, gun policy, right? Now
Yep.
the word peace is not here, but at the same time it is here.
Safety
School
means peace.
safety, right? So
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So you're out there telling everybody about peace building, but it doesn't grab their eye. But if you said, how can professors and students work together on school safety and global
And policies.
and
And
all that?
policies.
Where they're at and where you're at, we have to
Right.
find a common ground somewhere. We could fine tune this now. So let's say students, college students, not high school.
Very good.
Let's see what are they concerned about.
Mental health.
Mental health.
This is
Okay.
from surveys, actual surveys. Mental health, financial stress, personal safety, academic pressure, social issues. If you look over here, the number one concern is mental health and not social issues. Okay, in America now, is any of your literature is about any of these things?
Well, we only have very simple literature right now because we also have to reinvent all that stuff.
Well, look at mother. She learned something from her. It's not gonna hurt. What did she start with? She called it peace starts with
With
me.
me. Yeah.
In other words, mental health. That's what that translates to. That was the number one concern of college students.
I'm sorry, what was the number one
Now,
concern?
here,
Oh.
you mental health, my dear.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
If you go back to that, yeah.
Which is peace. Peace starts with
It's
me.
with me. Yeah.
So
Right.
does mother know what's going on or not? You know what I'm saying? I think she's very real.
That's a very good
Okay, very
point.
good.
One of the professors we met recently at an interfaith thing mentioned to me that an initiative that he's pushed on the campus, local campus here, was about mental health
Mhm.
and creating a safe space for students to talk about mental health issues.
Right.
And it was in that context he said, "So you're talking about this kind of building a peaceful atmosphere on campus would be welcomed," he said. So, if we really go down that road and leave the kind of issues that PWPA and back in the day in the 80s and 90s used to be concerned with, and talking about the end of communism and those kind of political issues, it may be smarter to focus on well-being in terms of the campuses.
Let me get Mother Peace.
I already uploaded
Oh,
the whole thing. Tom, what question do you have? What's the any specific
from the book, from
chapter
the whole
or
book, right?
or the
From the
whole
whole
book or
book?
or a specific chapter?
Yes.
Well, this can be a useful resource to maybe not to ask it to summarize, but to bring out some key points that would be of interest to
A college student,
College student, yeah.
college professor.
College
a
College
professor.
college professor.
Yeah, we
And
started
their
with
students.
But these are actually comprehensive answers.
Yeah.
If you
Analysis,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I
yeah,
We're
no, they're not.
The last point is especially good is a women's leadership and empowerment.
right,
Here it says social activism and peace initiatives.
right,
See that wasn't in the other draft.
right.
Um, and again, women's leadership and interfaith dialogue, right? But then we say
Can you
from all
combine them?
these topics, which one would be most relevant at this time and date? It says, given that the memoir most relevant topic for a college at this time,
Your
role of
email.
international cooperation in achieving peace. These are topics. Environmental concerns.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's your
that's
third
great.
blessing talk. If you
Right,
want to go there.
exactly.
The third blessing deals with the environment
That's right.
and
That's
Yeah.
right.
stewardship.
These are things that is right now
Yeah,
are hot topics on the
yeah.
campus.
Invitation to
Okay,
join the
good.
Professor Wilkes Las Vegas. Dear Professor Blanc, so and so, hope it finds you well. My name is. We have the newly formed Vegas.
Chapter inspired by the work of the co-founder, a tireless advocacy for peace. We are establishing this chapter to foster dialogue and collaboration among academics. International network of scholars and educators dedicated to addressing critical. Our Las Vegas chapter aims to create a local forum for these discussions, focusing on issues. See, it says a local platform,
That's right.
and so we would be honored to have you join. It would be
Yep.
invaluable. But now, what we want to do now, okay, please focus this letter on the current concerns on the campus. I'm writing to you on behalf of the newly formed, inspired by the work. Okay.
Our student. Okay, so now we're talking about our students.
Our
Okay.
students are grappling with issues
This
of
is good.
religion, intolerance, and the loss of shared value.
Yes.
The Professor Workshop offers a unique opportunity for academics like yourself to come together and explore solutions to these problems. By fostering dialogue, promoting research, and advocating for peace, we can create a more harmonious and inclusive environment for all. We would be honored to have you create work together. You want to keep asking the AI to keep making it more relevant. And I don't so much talk about World Peace Academy. I mean, talk about the organization itself. I want to more talk about the
Right.
people, the students.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
okay, please expand on this. The increasing divide between political ideologies can create a hostile environment where students feel pressure to conform to certain viewpoints or risk being ostracized. Do you see that?
Sure.
That's a real threat here.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. It
oh,
is.
are you with Trump? Are you with Biden? All that. This can hinder open dialogue. See, this is a real situation. Right now, people are going on campus and they can't talk because They're worried they're going to be thrown off the stage.
Israel Palestine is certainly one of the big ones too.
Right, right. They don't have even tolerance for each other because
Right.
it's so polarized. But he's saying all the people that are not even polarized are in between, they don't feel comfortable to speak.
Right. They don't feel safe. That's right.
Thank you. Now that's a real issue right now. You know what I mean? If you just
Yeah.
put just that topic and invite people with that, social media echo chambers. The algorithm of social media platforms often reinforce existing biases,
Yep.
creating echo chambers where students are only exposed to information that aligns with their pre-existing beliefs.
Or
This
pre-existing choices, clicks.
right, exact. There you go. Smart. That's right. This can lead to a lack of understanding and empathy for those with different perspectives. Okay.
Mhm.
Economic disparity, cultural misrepresentation, a decline in civic engagement. These are all great topics.
Yeah.
But again, my point is choose just one.
Hmm.
Write a letter to college professors to invite them to a event
About this.
on this topic.
Hmm. Watch what you get here.
I'm writing to invite you to a timely and important and event focused on the pressing issue of political position in our academic community and its potential impact on our students. As educators, we're all too familiar with the increasing divide between political ideologies in our society. This position can create a hostile environment where students may feel pressured to conform to certain viewpoints or risk being ostracized. This not only hinders open dialogue and the ability to find common ground, but also impede the intellectual development of our students. Many professors have this pain already. They're looking for somebody else that they want to work with. This event aims to foster a constructive conversation about these challenges and explore potential solutions. Marketing is about laser beaming or personalizing things. That's what marketing is. Is when you want to sell something or close something